Paula Deen trying to put out the fire, threatening to burn down her nearly $16 million business empire.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at shows that went down in flames over behind-the-scenes controversy.
Oh yeah, I got kicked out of show business.
Number 10. The Real Housewives of DC. After the success of the flagship Orange County franchise, Bravo was pumping out more housewife shows with every television season.
People have a hard time saying no to me, and that's just been my blessing.
The first stumble came with the DC installment. During the filming of its inaugural season, cast member Michaela Salahi and her husband, Tarek, made national headlines when it was revealed they gate-crashed the White House state dinner. The couple even met President Barack Obama, despite their names being absent from the official guest list.
These people should not have gotten through the gate. A mistake was made at the checkpoint to let them through. That mistake was not corrected through the process.
It caused a massive controversy that not even Bravo was eager to milk for ratings. The show did end up airing a year later, but was cancelled after one season.
You crashed the state dinner. You say you didn't. I just have to say, we talked about it. I think you going there and getting that close to the president, you guys should be in jail.
Number 9. The Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour. The TV landscape was very, very different in the 60s. While civil rights and anti-war movements gripped America's youth, TV was still stuck in the past. Dick and Tom Smothers stood out for their hilarious but censor-unfriendly political satire that aimed at everything from the Vietnam War to religion.
You welcome the people, and I really want you to sell it, okay? Really sell it. Welcome to the Smothers Comedy Brothers Hour.
Appealing to the increasingly disillusioned American youth came back to bite the show's creators. Local networks took it upon themselves to edit out whole segments of the show when it aired in their area.
So wage a war for peace, drop a bomb for peace, shoot a gun for peace, kill everyone for peace. Oh, peace is our goal, that's what we're for.
In 1969, CBS orchestrated the show's cancellation for breach of contract. The two brothers filed a lawsuit and, after a lengthy court case, won a hefty sum from the network.
And got fired in '69.
Yeah. Now, you want to explain that? You were not canceled, as has become the trend.
No,
you were actually...
we were fired.
Yeah.
I mean, we left under duress.
Number 8. Louis. When it aired, Louis C.K.'s satire of his own life and career was hailed as a watershed moment. It was praised for its innovative approach, redefining what a comedy series could be in the golden age of television.
I saw Rocky Horror Picture Show. You were in that movie a lot.
Yeah.
And you were in your underwear for part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had never seen a lady in her underwear.
The show was on an indefinite hiatus in 2017 when the New York Times reported multiple accounts of CK's sexual misconduct. CK confirmed this story soon after.
I want to address the stories told to the New York Times by 5 women. These stories are true.
The fallout was swift. FX officially cancelled what had been one of its most critically acclaimed shows, and the stink of it had overshadowed much of the show's influence.
Okay, that is way out of line, Mr. CK. This young lady...
That's all right. I know you're a comedian, so this is probably so funny to you.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Number 7. Luck. With a stellar cast, prestige TV production values, and good reviews, HBO's horse racing drama seemed destined for a successful run. Production was already underway on its second season when it was suddenly cancelled. Concerns were raised by PETA and other animal rights activists after reports that 2 horses had died while shooting the first season. A third horse died while the second season was being produced, prompting a halt to the shoot, and an investigation took place.
3 horses have now died on the set of HBO's new series Luck, and therefore the network has decided to give the show the axe.
Though it was determined the horses were not injured during filming or racing scenes, HBO pulled the plug on the show. The network cited concern for animal safety as its reason. The second season was permanently shelved.
Star in the making, getting up, morning, running another big one.
Number 6. Roseanne. 20 years after its controversial finale, the working-class sitcom and its star returned to show us what had happened to the Corner family since we last saw them.
This is so unfair. You're ruining my life. You all suck.
I ain't seen that movie in 20 years.
The Roseanne revival, which mirrored its star's shift into the political right, was successful enough to get a second season. However, Roseanne Barr's careless and racist tweet about President Obama's advisor, Valerie Jarrett, got her axed from her own show.
Within hours, ABC pulled the plug on the show, saying Roseanne's Twitter statement is abhorrent, repugnant, and inconsistent with our values, and we've decided to cancel her show.
The show continued in another form, a spin-off called The Corners, which killed off Roseanne's fictional counterpart and continued for 7 seasons on its own.
I'm sad for the people who lost their jobs in the process. However, I do stand behind the decision that ABC made.
Number 5. House of Cards. Netflix exploded into its prestige era with this Emmy-winning political thriller.
There are 2 kinds of pain. Sort of pain that makes you strong, or useless pain. Sort of pain that's only suffering. I have no patience for useless things.
Frank Underwood's unfeeling direct addresses to the camera were always creepy, but as the series entered its 6th season, it was rocked by a major career-ending scandal. Once allegations against Kevin Spacey surfaced, House of Cards' 6th season was underway.
I came forward with my story, standing on the shoulders of the many courageous women and men who have been speaking out, to shine a light and hopefully make a difference, as they have done for me.
Netflix fired Spacey, and co-star Robin Wright was promoted to the show's sole leading role. The show continued without its original star, but only for a season. Instead of ending things with a bang, House of Cards went out with a whimper.
I couldn't let him destroy everything we built. I had to protect the legacy from the man.
He got weak, Doug.
Number 4. The Ellen DeGeneres Show. The dance-loving host is no stranger to controversy. Her 90s sitcom was cancelled a season after she and her fictional counterpart came out, inspiring a complete media firestorm.
I loved that show. I loved everything about that show. It was a family to me. Here's something sweet. 16 people who worked there started out straight, and by the time they left were gay.
The way her longtime talk show ended was less noble. During the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic, DeGeneres and her fellow executives were accused of creating a hostile work environment.
As you may have heard, this summer there were allegations of a toxic work environment at our show. And then there was an investigation. I learned that things happened here that never should have happened.
DeGeneres' effervescent persona was called into question. DeGeneres tearfully addressed these allegations on the air when it returned for the 18th season, but the show and its host's reputation had already been tarnished. The Ellen DeGeneres Show ended the next season.
My whole life was wrapped up in that show, and my mother's whole identity was being Ellen's mom. And now I don't have a show, and she doesn't know she's my mom.
Number 3. Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. Spun off from a truly unhinged Toddlers and Tiara storyline, the TLC series following Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson and her family was never far from controversy.
There's people who love you guys, and there's people who are very critical of the show. How do you deal with that, June?
In life, there's going to be criticism. You know, you can't make everybody happy all the time.
After a while, though, even some of its harshest critics could find humor in their strange lives. However, things stopped being funny when it was reported that the matriarch of the family, Mama June, was dating a registered sex offender. It was the final nail in the show's coffin.
How do you feel about him being around Alana and June allowing that?
It's something that never should have happened, and when I found out about it, it hurt me.
As more details about Shannon's past were unearthed, TLC distanced themselves from the family and cancelled the show in 2014. The family would eventually launch another spin-off on another network.
You seem kind of sad.
I am a little bit.
Why are you sad?
Well, to be honest, all I want to work on is getting June and my girls back.
Number 2. Paula's Home Cooking. Paula Deen was marketed as everyone's southern granny. Her rich, butter-filled recipes and strong Georgia accent were like honey on viewers' ears as she walked us through her classic country dishes.
Hey y'all, welcome back. I'm so glad y'all have joined me in the kitchen today, and I hope that you're enjoying the recipes that I'm preparing for y'all.
Unfortunately, the fantasy came crashing down in 2013. A former employee filed a lawsuit against Deen for sexual and racial discrimination. While the lawsuit itself was one thing, it was Dean's deposition that created a huge scandal.
What went wrong happened during her deposition for a lawsuit, where she admitted to using racist language, leading Walmart, Smithfield Foods, Caesars Casinos, and the Food Network to end their deals.
Under oath, she admitted to using racial slurs in the past. The public outrage was swift. The Food Network quickly cancelled Paula's Home Cooking after 12 seasons, joining dozens of others in dropping business ties with Dean.
Hot butter and oil, Sam? Which N-word is she talking about? There's a whole bunch of N-words.
Well, the bad one.
Like nutrition.
No.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Megan Wants a Millionaire.
This is my chance to shine. I've got the voice down. I'm ready to do this. Al's going down.
In the latter half of the 2000s, VH1 was churning out hit after hit with its celebrity-themed reality shows. Surreal Life, Flavor of Love, and I Love New York were just some of the shows under their celeb reality brand. Most of these programs were brought to a screeching halt in 2009. Megan Wants a Millionaire was a spin-off Rock of Love starring Megan Hauserman.
It was wrong that you requested that the contestants on your dating show be millionaires.
One of the contestants, Ryan Jenkins, had already filmed a second VH1 competition show when he was named as a suspect in his wife's murder. His own body was found days later. The gruesome crime led to the show being pulled from the schedule, and several other shows in the celeb reality lineup never came back.
It was devastating, I think, for everyone in the industry when that happened, because I think a lot of companies had to look at how they were doing business when it came to these shows.
Which one of these TV scandals shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments.
We begin with those explosive allegations against Charlie Rose. The news anchor suspended by CBS and PBS after more than 8 women accused him of making crude sexual advances.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.